book that's coming out. Okay, is David there? Because this issue was raised yesterday on the programme by Mike Gard, and we were talking about Tony Quinn and about Scientology. And Mike Gard mentioned this new group called Anonymous, who have sprung up and are now protesting on a regular basis outside the Scientology offices in Dublin and elsewhere, but Dublin primarily. David, good afternoon.
Hello, Joe. How are you?
You're a member of Anonymous.
I would indeed be, yes.
And what is your connection with Scientology?
I have to admit that I wouldn't actually have any personal connection with Scientology apart from I just think it's an organisation that should be opposed. I mean, when you do your research and discover what the Scientologists do and how manipulative and deceptive they are, I mean, it motivated some of us to take action against them.
And how did you come together as a group?
Well, the history of it sort of goes that there was a video with Tom Cruise, the now infamous video where he was talking about Scientology. It was an internal propaganda video, and it got leaked onto the internet, and there was the Scientology organisation basically filed copyright suits to try and have it removed. And it was that act of censorship that got an awful lot of people who were very internet-based looking into this. And whenever they started to look into the Scientology organisation, they discovered that there's a lot to be opposed here, and it really stemmed from there. And
your group, Anonymous, you were created through the internet, were you not, in terms of connections and communications and message boards? And
yeah, there's some message boards that, what do you call it, whenever someone posts, there's no username, it just comes up as Anonymous, and that was sort of like the meme that sort of led to the Anonymous persona, if you know what I mean.
And when you protest in Dublin, what do you do? How do you remain anonymous?
Some people sort of wear masks to try and conceal their identities. At an awful lot of our protests, both Jared Ryan and a couple of other people in Scientology have been taking photographs of us. And by trying to just sort of if you wear a scarf or a mask, you can conceal your identity from them in that manner.
And how many of you turn up on these protests at this stage?
We're down to a group of about 15 to 25. Anyone is free to join, and it's a case of that it doesn't matter who you are. If you do your research in this and you think that Scientology is an organisation that should be opposed, you're free to come and join us.
But what do you do in day-to-day life?
Well, I used to be involved in bookkeeping. Most of us are from different backgrounds. Some of us are students, some of us are involved in IT, some of us are, it's just different backgrounds that we just all come together to take on this issue.
But I'm fascinated that your campaign on Scientology, against Scientology, obviously you could have campaigned on a number of issues, say the war, issues that are out there at the minute, the war in Iraq or Gaza or fees or whatever. What prompted you? What prioritised Scientology for you?
I think it was because they were the first group of this type to have expressed censorship on the internet. I mean, that was the starting point for this action. I mean, an awful lot of people, like to be able to express their ideas. They like the free exchange of ideas. And when Scientology can come in and have sites removed or videos removed because they're claiming they're violating copyright, I mean, for an awful lot of people, that's just a total no-no, and that's what really started this entire campaign off. And when people started to do their research they found that, hang on a minute, there's an awful lot more to this organisation than just the censorship, and that's where it steamrolled from there.
Okay, Una is there as well. 51551 text. Una, you're a member of Anonymous as well.
Hi, how's it going? I am indeed.
And why did you join the anti-Scientology group?
Well, I was always aware that Scientologists were a bit odd and that it was a money-making scam. But until I heard about the campaign on the internet by watching the Anonymous information war, the declaration of war, I looked in, I didn't realise how dangerous they were. And so as a parent myself, I learnt about their applied scholastics programme. It's another corporation hiding the cult of Scientology, hide behind it, and they've been sending out DVDs to local schools, trying to get a foot in the door to local schools, not mentioning that they were the Church of Scientology. So I got involved then, and then when I heard about the child abuse that went on at the Mace Kingsley Ranch and aboard the Apollo, as a parent myself, I couldn't stand by and let these guys get into our schools.
And do you go to these protests?
I do indeed, every month, and then when we hear of any events that the church in quote marks are hosting, we stand outside and we inform the public who are going in exactly what they're getting into. Because your point is
sometimes the Scientologists host events about self-help or...
They host Clear Ireland expansion events, yeah.
can I come in there, Joe?
Yes, David.
One of the events they held down in Cork was what I call it was last June, and it was sort of like they were advertising it as a mental health awareness weekend. And really what that was actually being orchestrated by one of the front groups called the CCHR, which is essentially an anti-psychiatry group. And it was sort of like displaying their Industry of Death campaign, and an awful lot of people who actually we encountered outside that weren't aware of the connections and weren't aware of what the purpose of it was.
And apparently, I remember we got a call about it before it happened, and it was in Cork City Hall, is that not correct? And
it was indeed, yes.
And the City Council didn't know it was Scientologists either.
It's my understanding that the Mayor of Cork was scheduled up to actually open the event, but he thought better of it whenever all this information came to light.
Una, do you know anyone who's in the Scientologists?
No, a couple of my friends almost got roped in using the so-called free personality test or the stress test, and they, luckily enough now, they managed to kind of not have enough money to go through with the Scientology levels, and they got out that way. But pressure was put on them to come up with the money either by trading in their rent money or by doing courses or whatever. So while I wouldn't personally have been involved, I would be friends with people. As well, the Phelan family, I would know really well. A member of their family disconnected from them using the Scientology disconnection policy, where your family and friends are completely blanked if they try and discourage it on your path to Scientology. So John Dignan as well, who's written the book The Complex, I'd be in contact with him as well. He's a good friend, and the Phelan. So I would have kind of second-hand experience with him.
Okay, thanks indeed. When is your next protest, David?
It's on the January the 17th. We'll be outside, and anyone who has any questions can come up. We're in 62 Middle Abbey Street, and we'll be there. Anyone wants to ask questions or some information, we'll be able to provide it for them.
And you're outside the Scientologist office?
We are indeed, yes.
And what time is that at?
We start at 11 a.m. and usually continue to about 5 p.m.
Okay, that's what you've decided to do. Okay, thanks, David. Thanks, Una. Does Thomas want to come in? Thomas in Finglas, you think Tony Quinn is brilliant?
Hey, Tom, I was just saying to your researcher there, just last year, a friend of mine was saying to us to go to, he used to walk in the Tony Quinn gym here in Finglas, and he just saying that we were going to be, you know what I mean, I used to play football a lot, and just I started losing the way myself a bit.
What's in the gym?
In the gym, it's just two machines there, but it's not like he doesn't try to brainwash her or saying.
Does Tony Quinn be there? Have you ever met him?
No, I've never met him, no. But the friend that used to bring us down to the gym, he was just saying, he actually told a lot of his lives around, like from staying. So from drinking, say, on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you wouldn't be drinking at all. And it was just even, when you get down to him, his whole mental attitude, like I know him from years ago. And he went on that seminar, and when he came back, like I know a couple of people that went on it, and they're not like, they're not trying to tell you, oh, do this for Tony Quinn and do that. It's just doing it for yourself. I just found the gym brilliant, I tell you the truth. And a lot of people are still using the gym to this day, like.
Of course, yeah. And did you ever go on one of the seminars, Thomas?
No, but if I had having the money, I would have, Joe.
And how much is a seminar?
Alan, our friend, he told us, I think what the prices they were saying was right there, I think it was about 18,000. I think if you go on the training one for the gym, to walk in the gyms, it's about 5,000. But, like Joe, I wouldn't have that type of money, but I wouldn't be a fool. I wouldn't just give me money out to anyone. Like, I work hard for the few quid I have. And I have to say, like...
Well, did you say to obviously, a lot of people can't afford 18 grand. Yeah. For a seminar, but did you say to your friend, by the way, what goes on at these seminars?
He told us everything, he told me everything, because I'd be very pessimistic. I said, listen, that's a hell of a lot of money, come on now, before we started and all, I'll be talking to him, and he's saying, but as time went through the gym with him, and being training with him, he wouldn't, like, it was just purely about getting myself back into shape, but it was mentally getting myself back into shape as well, because it was a bad sleep and all, I wasn't getting sleep till all hours of the morning and all, and he would just say, you need to just relax a bit, but what he was saying when he went to the seminars was just open your eyes up to stuff, like he showed us a video that they had of the seminars and different things, and there was a couple of us there from Finglas, and we were watching it, like, and we wouldn't be easily filled, and we just thought it was very good. It was just, it wasn't like forced onto you.
Okay, so you are a supporter.
Oh, definitely, Joe, yeah. Definitely.
Of the gym, anyway, of the gym.
Of the gym, yeah. Obviously, do go gym. And I know a lot of people that got great results out of it, Joe. Like, after 2 weeks, I was nearly a stone down. And that's true, eating properly. But I wasn't starving myself. And there was a lot of work, like, physically in the gym. And when you got there you done 20 minutes with me, say, every second day. But the 20 minutes you were there, you really worked and you enjoyed it, and I thought it was great. And a lot of people still use it. A lot of people I know still use the gym and still think it's great.
Okay. Thanks indeed, Thomas. Thanks for your call. 51551 text. Dennis Gill, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You have a very unusual request, but anyway, I mentioned this name earlier. Go